Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to be doing a Q&A. I have not done one of these ever, I don't think, but I just honestly thought I have a couple of new subscribers on here and I just figured this would be a good way to get to know me. And I thought it'd be pretty cool to do this, answer some questions that I've never answered before. If you guys hear weird noises in the background, I am dog sitting currently, so I'm not in my house, I'm at my uncle's house, so we're in a different setting. But I have a couple of questions that have been asked already. I put a post on Instagram and I had a couple people ask questions. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Laney and welcome to my channel, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm keeping all questions anonymous. Well, not anonymous, but like the username anonymous. I actually have a friend, and I told her I was doing this, and she said, "Do you think anybody's gonna ask you questions?" I said, "I don't know, because my YouTube channel is so small." So she actually asked a bunch of these. She already knows all this about me, but just to help out the channel a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna start. Let's see. Okay, this is a good question. I'm gonna be popping up pictures on the screen for you guys to see of what the question is. It says, "Who inspires Laney?" So, who inspires me? I have a really on and off connection with my mom, so she's not really someone that inspires me. My dad is a good inspiration for me. He works really, really hard. He works for Michelin, which Michelin is the tire company. He works in the actual factory making the tires. So during COVID, or before COVID, they did 2 weekends they work, 2 weekends they're off. So it's like he's off for 2 weekends and then he works 2 weekends, and his shifts were 8 and 12. So he would work, it's rotating shifts, so he would either be working 8 hours in the daytime, or he'd be working 8 hours at nighttime, or it would be 12-hour daytime, 12-hour nighttime, just they mixed it up. But during COVID, they furloughed a lot of people and they shut down the plant for a little bit, and then they opened back up and the shifts completely changed. So now they are doing all 12s and still doing nights and days, except the weekends he has off, on, off, on. So he's off one weekend, works the next weekend, and whatever week he was working. So if he was working that past week on days, he will do days during the weekend for work, and if it was nights, he'll do nights. And it really sucks for his schedule, and honestly, he works so hard. Doesn't make the most amount of money because my parents are divorced and my brother is under 18, and my dad's also paying extra money that he should not have to. But he's doing that because the judge in court system in South Carolina is an ass. So that's the case. And then another person that inspires me, in a good way and a bad way, is my grandfather. My grandfather died when I was 5 years old. No, 4.5. I was about to be 5. He passed away on January 20th, 2005. And that was 3 months before I turned 5. Sorry. He died 3.5 months before I was about to turn 5. And as I grew up, I definitely have learned more stuff about my grandfather. My grandfather was an alcoholic, and I'm sure a lot of people hear their grandparents say, oh yeah, I started smoking at like 9 years old, and that's like, wow. My grandfather started smoking at the age of 6. He, in a way, his personality, the way he made me laugh, our relationship was so unheard of. He was like, I think when I was younger, I don't remember seeing my dad very much, just because he had just started working at Michelin, and trying to build his work ethic up there. So my mom and I, we were always at my great grandmother's house, and my grandpa was always coming over, always bringing me gifts, just being a good grandfather. As I grew up, I learned that he was not a really good dad to my mother, and that his drinking took over his relationship with my mom. And that is one thing that inspires me to not do. Because I do have a drink here sitting in front of me, but I'm not going to turn into that, and I don't want to turn into that, because when I have my children, I want to be the best mother that I can be, and be there for them 100%, and not slack off, like my mom says my grandpa did. A lot of stuff that my mom says about my grandpa is negative, and I understand it from her perspective, but from my perspective, I only had 4 years with him, so really, I can't forget the memories I had with him, because they were great memories. Alright, next question. If you could pick any movie or show, what would your favorite be? Movie-wise, I've watched so many movies, guys. It is not even funny. I don't even really care for movies anymore. As I've grown up, I really just don't care for them anymore. I don't know what it is. I can't sit still and watch a movie. I just get bored so easily. But if I had to pick a movie, it would be Because of Winn-Dixie. That movie is so amazing. It is so cute. It has the cutest dog in it. Trying to think of the girl that played, and I can't remember her name. But I just love the movie. I love it. I could watch it to this day still, and that is like a childhood favorite movie. And then my favorite show, I would have to say The Vampire Diaries. I have watched that show about 4 times, and I'm on my 5th time, and it never gets old. It's so good. I also like the originals, and that one's really good. And then Legacies, I'm on Legacies. I'm waiting for season 3, I think that's what's coming out. But all 3 of those shows are spectacular. Okay, next question. I don't know if this is personal or not, but if it is, I'm sorry. But who is Caitlin? Just address it. That is not how you spell her name. I have a tattoo of her name on my wrist. That's probably how you guys saw it. Caitlin. She's a very, very tough subject to talk about. She was my everything, and I don't mean relationship wise, like I'm definitely in the guys, but she is just somebody, she was just somebody that you can never forget. That was my best friend. We have been best friends since we were 6. Her mom married into my family, so we actually became cousins at the age of 8. And then her parents got divorced like 3 years later, but whatever. She was always there for me. She committed suicide back in 2017. And she has a baby, and he's precious. It's hard to explain because I don't want to get too much into detail, but she was one of those best friends that you can't ever forget. She was so uplifting and so cheerful and so positive about every situation. If I was going through something, she was there. She never excluded me out of anything. Oh my God, that cat scared me. I forgot my uncle has a cat. She's been like in and out. But Caitlin was my best friend and forever is my best friend. If you guys want more of a story on her, I will. Every time the air starts, it does that. But if you guys want more of a story on her, I will do a separate video in time, because even though it's been like 4 years, it's still really close to home for me. Alright, next question. I know this was my friend because, oh my God. She asked, what is your favorite part of doing your makeup? What category? I love my whole makeup routine, but if I had to pick one or a couple, maybe two, it would definitely be foundation, concealer, because concealer is a game changer. If you have a full coverage concealer, you can easily cover these bad boys up. I know we all get tired, so concealer really helps with the bags. And definitely concealer for covering these bad boys. Like say you're on your period, but you're feeling fine, but you're breaking out like crazy. That's a really good way to cover them up. And then my next would probably be bronzer. Bronzer just changes the game. It's like you have your primer, foundation, concealer, and your powder on, and you look really, really flat, and you have no dimension. Bronzer makes dimension on your face. It definitely gives you a little bit of a glow look to your skin as well, and it just changes it, and it's so neat to see how much makeup changes, and it's so good. I love it. Alright, next is, how old are you and when is your birthday? So I was born on April 11th, 2000, and I'm 21 years old. Next question is, do you drink? If so, what do you drink? Obviously, yes, because I just showed you guys, but this is a Bud Light. Let me show you guys. This is a Bud Light seltzer lemonade. I have this original, but these guys are expensive. I think they only have like 12 packs, and the 12 packs are like $16. It's so expensive, but these are the only kind that I've drank in besides Seagram's. Seagram's are really good too, but those aren't like seltzers. But the lemonades, they have different flavors. They have, I think it's black cherry, which that one's really good. They have strawberry, that one's really good as well. And peach, they have peach as well. Peach is not my favorite. And then they have the original lemonade, which this is like my go-to beverage. Alright, next question. Who is your favorite passed on music artist? Oh man. Let's see. I really enjoy X, Juice WRLD, and Mac Miller, but if I had to choose, it would be Mac Miller. Mac Miller, his music is just so good, and I can't really explain it. It's like, it just speaks, I guess. it touches me. And honestly, I hate that I started listening to his music after he passed on, because then I never got to see him in concert, and I really wish I could, because I love his music. I like Blue World. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna think of the names as soon as I'm done talking about it. I'm gonna look it up on my Spotify account because that's the only one that I can think of. But I'm gonna go down to my artists. Let's see. Album. No. How do you just do artists on here? Let's see. I have no service out here, so this might take a minute. Try and think of what the other songs are called, because I can't think of them. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Mac Miller. Let's see, like songs. Hurt Feelings, Blue World, and Ladders. Those are my freaking favorites. I need to start listening to more of his music because if I like those, I'm pretty sure I like the other ones. All right, next question. Biggest or just pet peeves in general? The cat is freaking weird. So my biggest or pet peeves in general. Most of my pet peeves are words or sentences. Like, I can't stand the word narcissist. I don't know. That just made my skin crawl saying that. I was in a relationship like 2 or 3 years ago, and I got called that all the time, and we were together for at least almost a year, and I got called that at least once a week for that entire year. So that word is definitely not in my category. I also don't like the sentence, "I told you so," because it's kind of like a smart ass comeback to if you're wrong about something. And I feel like you should not be made to feel like shit for thinking something different and it not being correct. And there's another one. Probably people that chew with their mouth open. And trust me, I used to chew with my mouth open. From the time I was born to the time that I was about 12, I chewed with my mouth open, and my dad always got on me about it. And now I'm older, and I see that, and it's just like, that is so rude and so disgusting. Like, ew. Ooh, this is a good question. Okay. Do you want kids? If so, how many? What would their names be? And how many girls and how many boys? I can answer all of that. Yes, I do want kids. I want 3. I think the reason why I want 3 is because in my family it's only me and my brother. So, like, I don't know. I can't become a aunt until my brother has kids, and he's 5 years younger than me. So it's going to be a while, hopefully, till he has kids. Hopefully I have kids before he does, because I will be very, very upset. But, I want 2 boys and 1 girl. I know God's going to give me what he wants to give me. But I want boy, girl, boy. So, yeah, and my initial reason for that is because, like, when I go through a breakup or something, I have nobody to go beat that guy up. And if the girl has an older brother, you know he gonna go beat that ass. So that's my initial reason for it. But I honestly think it'd be really, really cute to have a girl in the middle. And I really, really like that. And then a boy as the youngest. And And then the names, my oldest boy is going to be Charles John, whatever. Charles is my grandpa's first name. And then, what is this cat doing? And then John is my papa's middle name. So my grandpa, from my mom's side, I'm taking his first name, and my dad's dad, taking his middle name. Did I say that right? No, I'm taking my grandpa's first name from my mom's side. I'm taking my other grandpa's middle name from my dad's side. Because all of the boys, my dad, my uncle, my other uncle, and my grandpa all had, or my papa, they all had John for their middle name. My brother, I don't know why they didn't add it in his name or put it in his name, but he's the only one without the John middle name, so I want to add that on. And then for my girl, I want Addison Rose. Addison is Caitlin's middle name, and then Rose is my middle name. And then for my boy, my youngest boy, I don't know yet. I'm thinking I want to carry on the John. I know I want both boys to be John, so I might just take over my brother's name and add John in it. My brother is Alexander McCaw, my last name, but I want to add John in the middle. So Alexander John McCaw, or Alexander John McCaw John, or something like that. I want to do that for them because McCaw is actually my Nana's maiden name. So yeah. Next question, biggest regret. I gotta think about this. My biggest regret would probably be I can't say I regret my personality, but I regret not keeping in touch with my friends that I had a long time ago. Honestly, I'm okay with it because honestly, those friends turned out to be some bitches. But in a way, I wish I still talked to them, or I wouldn't have distanced myself from those people, because now I don't really talk to many people. So, it's just me, myself, and I. Another regret that I have is giving up on the things that I loved, like marching band in high school, softball in middle school, all that stuff. I just gave it up because I just wasn't feeling it anymore, and I regret that. All right, next question. If you could change something about yourself, what would it be? Probably how introverted I am. I would rather, and this isn't a bad thing, but I feel like it's lonely at times. I wish I was more outgoing and would go out more. Most of the time I just stay home and, film YouTube videos. But in a way it gets lonely after a while. Because again, I don't have many friends. If I went out, I'd probably make some. Also, another thing that I would change about myself is how I view other people. When I was in high school, I got bullied a lot, or even middle school and high school, I got bullied a lot. And looking back, if I were to scroll over somebody's picture or Facebook or Snapchat or something like that, I am immediately drawn back to how it used to be when I was younger and they bullied me and stuff, and I just hold on to that grudge. Also, when I look at pictures of females online, I immediately wish I could look like them. And that's not healthy. at all, for you to feel that way, because if you keep doing that, you're never gonna love yourself for your body, how you look, and all that. So, all right, next question is, well, not a question. It says favorite actor or actress. My favorite actor is Robin Williams. I know. I don't know why. He has just always stuck with me. His comedy, he's just funny. He is so funny, and I hate that he's gone, because I feel like he would still be making movies. He's just so fun, and just watching him in movies makes it look so fun. It does not look like an ordinary movie. It just looks so much fun, and I hate that he's gone. Next question, favorite music and favorite artists. My favorite music, I like rap, and I also like country. I live in South Carolina, so obviously I'm going to like country. And then my favorite artists, I also like some rock bands, like older rock bands. Let's see, my favorite country artists would have to be Morgan Wallen, 100%. That cannot be it. I listen to way more than that. Oh, Rascal Flatts, I love them. I used to love Taylor Swift when she did country. I cannot stand her now. And then, like, rap, I like DaBaby. I like some Cardi B music. I don't like Nicki Minaj. I liked Nicki Minaj's older music, not her newer music. I know that's not it, but that's all I can think of. And then older rock bands would be Daughtry. I grew up listening to Daughtry, so it immediately just comes to my mind. And then I also love Nickelback. Nickelback was a band that me and my grandpa used to listen to all the time, and I just love them. What did you want to be when you were young, career-wise? Career-wise, when I was young, I used to want to be a singer. In elementary school, I was in chorus, and I thought I was the shit, because I did 3rd grade talent show, 4th grade talent show, and 5th grade talent show. 5th grade talent show was a bust. I did not do good in that one. I had an incident where my voice cracked, and ever since then I cannot sing anymore. I think I busted a vocal cord or something. I think that's why my voice is so deep now. I never got it checked out. I just went with the flow. I just going with the flow. That 5th grade year, I had a mentor in elementary school. Her name is Miss Polk, and she was so amazing. I loved her. She had also been the old chorus teacher. Before I got into elementary school, she was the old chorus teacher. And she found me a summer camp for arts. So, dance, acting, singing, drawing, all that stuff. And she and the school got me into that summer camp for free. I did not have to pay a dime. And I think 5th grade, when I went to that camp, I remember singing in front of the crowd that was in that class with me in the singing class. It was over by then. I realized that my voice was messed up, and I hadn't really noticed it, because the talent show at the elementary school was a couple days before school was out for the summer, and then I was moving on to middle school. So I hadn't really sang since. And then I sang When I Look at You from Miley Cyrus in front of that singing class. I cried so hard after that because singing was all I had. I loved it. I danced as well, but singing was where I was, and I don't have it anymore. Okay, next up, biggest accomplishment or mints. Biggest accomplishment. Well, I mean, getting my new car. Graduating high school. Getting into makeup, really. I honestly think getting into makeup was my journey because, I don't know, I don't think that's like a genetic thing, but my great-grandma, I had always heard my mom say, or like when she was about to pass on, she was in a nursing home, and I remember we went in there and saw her like 2 days before she passed on. And my mom was like, if she knew that you saw her without makeup on or her hair done, she would have flipped her shit. And honestly, I feel that, but I'm not that way. I'm filming without makeup on. Most of the videos that I film, I don't have makeup on. So honestly, I'm not like, oh, you have to see me with makeup on. Like, I'm not that way. But I feel like the accomplishment was starting my YouTube channel and really getting myself out there to the world, showing what I love and my journey, and I'm very proud of it. Next question, or not a question, it says not a question, but you look like the type to do cheer. Oh no, honey, you are way off. I need to sip my drink after that. I am not. I never did cheer. I did a camp in summertime, like in elementary school for cheer, and I hated it. I did dance, softball, and marching band. I know people don't qualify marching band as a sport, but honestly, it is. It's just without like a football, baseball, soccer ball, tennis ball, volleyball. We're outside as much as other sports are, so honestly, I qualify it as a sport. If you don't, that's your opinion. Because I could go on and on about it being a sport or not, because I proudly say that it's a sport. Softball, I did dance. Dance I did from when I was 2 till I was 12, I want to say. When I was little, I went to this daycare called Kitty College, and the dance teacher there ended up being my dance teacher throughout the whole time I was doing dance. And so I did ballet from the age of 2 to 4. Then I did jazz from 6. No, I did tap from 4 to 7. And then I did hip hop and jazz from 7 to 12. So I did all kinds. And then softball, I was not really that great. It was just something I wanted to try. I definitely was not the kind to get on base. I could not hit a ball for shit. There was a time I was going to be a pitcher, but I got scared because I got hit in the neck with the softball, and that kind of scared me, and I quit shortly after that. And then I was center field because I had a large arm, I could throw really far. And then band, you're in the place where they tell you to. Next question, why do you do YouTube? This is fun. Okay. YouTube for a lot of people is a job. And one day I hope that this is my job, because I went to college. I went to cosmetology school for aesthetics. I tried going back into college and didn't go, because I don't really know what I want to do. I'm 21 years old and I still don't know what I want to do. Like, yeah, I'm working at places that could get me up there. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts for almost 2 years. I honestly thought that was where I was going to be for the rest of my life, and I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. I enjoyed the job. I loved the people that I worked with, mostly all of them. But I honestly, that was a really, really rough time in my life, but also it's a really good part of my life too, because I met some people, and I became more outgoing, honestly. I met a lot of people that loved when I made their coffee, so that was a really good pickup for me in the mornings, because I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to open the store at 4. And not get off till 12 or 1 p.m. So I'd be there for a while. And then I'd come home and just crash for the rest of the day. So I really didn't do much but sleep, work and sleep. So that was really depressing for me. But honestly, I thought that was where I was going to be for the rest of my life, and I'm so glad I'm not. Currently, I am not working. If you guys have watched a couple videos ago, I did a life update with you guys, and I had a heart monitor on. I don't have it anymore because I just turned it in today, and I will get my results back in about a week. So right now I'm not working, because doctors say I cannot drive, and since I can't drive, and my dad works rotating, and I live with my dad, I really don't have any way to get to a job. So I'm crunching numbers. I'm dog sitting to make some money, and I'm doing like yard work and stuff like that to make some extra money, and selling like makeup products on Macari, just to help pay my bills, because I only have like car insurance and my car payment, and those aren't really expensive, so I can make it. But I'm currently looking into some insurance jobs, like data entry, stuff like that, just to get me in the door. Okay, next question. What do you want to do for a career currently? I just kind of explained this. I don't know what I want to do. Honestly, I'm kind of going to carry on what I was saying there, because I don't think I explained that question well, because I started talking about jobs. YouTube is what I want to do for my career. I'm still building my channel. And when you're building your channel, you have to work so hard to build it, to get it to where a lot of viewers are seeing you. I've already met a couple people on YouTube that are really good supporters of mine. They watch all of my videos. They give me nice feedback. And I just hope this is my job one day, because I love reviewing makeup products. I love doing unboxings for you guys. I love doing tutorials. I love doing first impressions. I love hauls. I love all of it. And it's just a passion. It is a passion of mine. I love collecting makeup. Like, if you guys have seen my collection, I have a lot of makeup. And a lot of it, actually all of it, I have bought myself. And that's a lot of money put into something like that, and you don't make money off of it. Currently, I don't make money off of it, obviously, because I don't have a lot of subscribers. I probably have maybe over 100, like maybe 150 something. And that's good for me being on YouTube for almost 3 years now. But it's where I want to be. It's what I want to do one day, and I hope I can pursue that. Next question, are you religious? Yes, but no. That makes sense. I went to church for all of my childhood, from the time I was 2, from the time I was 7. When I was 7, my parents split up for the first time. Oh, that's the litter box. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. Ignore the noise in the back. Oh my god. So, when I was 7, my parents split up for the first time. My parents have split up like 4 times throughout their whole marriage. And when they split up when I was 7, that's when we stopped going to church. And we haven't really gone to church since. But I was a part of like the youth group program. And I really enjoyed that. There were some Sundays I was forced to go to church because of events that we had. But just to go to church, I have not been to church in a long time. I am a Christian. That's what my religious thing is. And I went to a United Methodist church. This cat has an automatic cleaning litter box. I want to know how much that thing is. Okay, next up, favorite memories from high school. Not really memories in high school because, again, I did not have a lot of friends. I'm checking off all the questions that I've answered because I will repeat. My favorite memories from high school would be band competitions, because I've gone to so many places. Like, we performed at Wake Forest University. That was freaking cool for BOA. That's Bands of America competition. That is in, one's in Salem, North Carolina. And then, we also performed at Western Carolina University, which that is a smaller school in North Carolina. I can't remember where that is in North Carolina. And all the places that we stayed was so cool. Like, for Western Carolina, we stayed at this weird, creepy camp. And I remember I was a flutist, so all the fluties were in one cabin, and it was just really creepy. It was a creepy adventure. And then other than band, I would say, let's see. Other than band, it would probably be the youth group meetings and stuff. Every Wednesday we would get together and have dinner, worship, whatever. And then we would have these couple events where we would go and worship for like a concert. Like, I know there was Revolution, which that was my favorite event ever. I remember my parents finally separated in my senior year, or in the junior year. My dad went with me one year, and that was so emotional. I remember they were doing the whole, like, sad day thing. They had 4 sessions. 4 sessions. They had Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday. Saturday night, I called it Sad Day, because everybody ended up crying that night because, they're saying God's gonna relieve you from your sins and whatever. And that year, I accepted God into my life again. And I remember just feeling all of the emotions from my parents' separation just hitting in. And I remember just like collapsing onto my dad and crying to him. I think that is the only time he's ever seen me cry. And then another amazing memory would be Awanata. Awanata was a yearly retreat that we went on, and it was so fun. There was no cell service, so that sucked. But we were there for Memorial Day weekend, so we were there from Friday to Monday, and I loved it. It was so amazing. It was either Memorial Day or Labor Day. I can never remember. I think it's Memorial Day, but it's just so peaceful up there. Their food is freaking bomb. And then just the environment up there. There was a Hummer ride that we would go on every year, and that thing was freaking amazing. The view on the top of the mountain was the only place you could get reception in that place. But it was so beautiful. You could see Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and then the rest of South Carolina, and it was just so beautiful, and those are my favorite times. Next question is, do you smoke? I vape. Yes. I had this little guy right here. It's a Views, and I don't do it for the, like, oh yeah, I vape, yeah, so cool. No, I have really bad anxiety, and it really helps with settling down my anxiety a lot. Like, when I was with my ex-fiance, I remember stopping, and I was so anxious all of the time. I think that was me craving it, but I went 2 years without vaping at all. And after that 2 years, after about a year of not being on it, I started to get anxious, panic attacks, all that stuff, and then I started doing it again. And this guy helps with my anxiety so much. I know people are going to be like, you do not know what you're putting in your damn body. Well, at least my lungs won't be brown. Next question, and I don't know why I'm answering this. Is it legal to smoke marijuana in South Carolina? No. This question's cool. Okay, it says, what is your style? I'm guessing you're thinking, like, clothing-wise, shoe-wise? I'm hoping. Let's see, jeans, I only wear American Eagle. I know it's going to sound weird. I do wear a couple other brands as well, but mostly American Eagle. American Eagle fits me so well. I am very small. I'm still in a zero or a zero in my jeans, and very rarely I can fit into a 1, but depends. Yeah, so all of my jeans basically are from American Eagle. They just fit me so good, and I love how they feel. Shirts, I love a pullover sweatshirt. I'm definitely a t-shirt gal. I'm definitely not one to wear a crop top. If I do wear a crop top, it is like to bed or something, because I'm very self-conscious of my belly right here. And then shoes. I really love my little bedroom shoes. I don't know what they're called. They are like the tan shoe with the fuzzy on the inside, and it's got a little bow on the top. If you guys know what brand that is, let me know, because I always forget. And then I love my rainbows. Then last question of the night. I really didn't want to address this yet. I was not ready. But it says, what is your relationship status currently? I need a drink for this. I honestly didn't think I would have to address this yet because I'm still healing. And this is going to finish the video off so great. I know I didn't ever put Travis on here. Didn't want to show his face into a camera. But me and Travis ended things. It's been a week tomorrow. Haven't been broken up long, so still in the healing process, because it was heartbreaking for me because it was not my decision. But I'm doing okay. I'm honestly just focusing on me at the moment, and I'm not coming on here to rant, or to talk bad about him, but he really hurt me. And I've been okay for the past week. I really only cried that first day. The day or two afterwards, I would tear up a little bit because he was on my mind. We were together for, we were together for almost half a year, and I saw him almost 4 or 5 days out of the week, every single week. So really, we were together all the time. I know half a year is not long, but it honestly felt longer. And the way he ended things was definitely stupid and very immature. Not because of how he was feeling, of how he let me know that he was not happy anymore. And honestly, in a way, I don't think I was happy either. I wasn't unhappy with him. That was the thing. His was me. Mine was not him. And mine was, I was just going through so much with me not having a job at the moment. I was at home all the time. Me passing out. Having that heart monitor on my chest. I just felt suffocated. I felt stuck. I felt like I couldn't get out. Like I was going to be there forever. And if I'm in this position forever, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to take it. Because I can't not work for the rest of my life. Like when I have children, it'll be a different story because I will have a purpose of staying home. But what purpose is it to stay home right now? Because there's no reason to. Because I have bills and all that. And it was just, I was constantly asking him for us to go out. Because, I'm stuck at home all day. Or I was stuck at his house all day when I was over because he had to work. Or I would be at home at my house all day and then go over there at night and he would just be playing video games and we would barely even say 10 words to each other. And it was just like I was being punished for a medical condition that I might have. And I thought we were fine. He played it off like we were fine. And that's the point. That's the area that I say that that it was very immature, because the day before I would have never guessed that he was not happy. And I remember him saying that he was really good at faking it. So that was immature of him. Because I just want honesty. That's all I want. I don't want anything more. Honesty and communication is where I want it. And really, apparently that's too much to ask. But, guys, I'm fine. Honestly, I have taken this so greatly. Honestly, I think I needed it. I think I needed that break, because until I get through this and put myself first, I'm never going to be happy. And one thing he said that has stuck with me this entire time is, I didn't want to tell you that. I didn't want to tell you while you're going through all this stuff. Like, what? I can't. It was hard enough that he was faking it, but it was harder that he used that against why he didn't tell me. Because screw what I was going through. You didn't see what I was going through the entire time. I was going through this change. And it was heartbreaking for me. And I don't think he ever saw that. But I think I needed this. I needed this break. I needed something to break my heart so that I could start focusing on myself and loving myself. And I love myself. I really do. That was not how I wanted this video to end, but I'm sorry. I wanted to go ahead and address it to you guys because I haven't brought it onto YouTube yet. So, yeah, some things have changed. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I want to do more of these, so if you guys ever have any questions that you guys want to ask me, make sure to keep an eye out on my Instagram. I will have my Instagram link down below, my Instagram link down below so that you guys can go follow me. So you guys can stay intact with me on there as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and click the bell before you leave so that you can be notified every time I post. I will be posting more, hopefully. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.